Berlin blockade. But look, the year after the Berlin blockade, we got another crisis situation to deal with. There's a war in China, a civil war in China. Okay? Now remember, what had happened to China during World War II? By whom? Not you. Don't say it. Somebody tell me. Who occupied China? The Japanese. Okay? During World War II, hang on, let me show you a map. During World War II, you've got the whole of China is under different influence by different groups of people. Okay? And the Japanese have taken over a huge chunk of it. All right? Now, after the war is over, after World War II is over, there are two guys who are competing for control of China. Okay? The first one, that guy there in the upper right, Chiang Kai-shek. What a name. Remember, Chinese folks put the last name, the family name first. So when we start talking about Chiang, that's who we're talking about. Okay? Now, Chiang Kai-shek and his followers, okay? So we'll put Chiang up here. He's got a group of followers called the Kuomintang. Oftentimes, they're just called the Chinese nationalists. That's his people, his tribe. All right? So Chiang Kai-shek has the Kuomintang. It's like a political party and a military rolled into one. All right? Imagine if we were like a political party, but we also were militant too. We're ready to take up arms. Opposing him, that gentleman right there with the receding hairline, Mao Zedong. And Mao Zedong is a bit of a problem because Mao is with the Communist Party. He's leading the communists. So you have these two groups of people who are wanting to control China after World War II. And which side are we supporting, literal? We're supporting, America's supporting Chiang Kai-shek and the nationalists or the Kuomintang. Okay? Because we're like, hey, you're not communist. Chiang wanted to set up some form of a democracy, and he had American support. And what have we already demonstrated that we're willing to do in terms of fighting the threat of communism? We'll do whatever it takes. We got to spend money. We got to send troops, whatever it takes. And America is going to spend a crap ton of money helping Chiang Kai-shek and the Kuomintang. Okay? Ooh, that's interesting. Right? Now, we can't let Chinese communism spread because what's our policy? Not you. What's the American policy? Don't everybody jump at once now. What is it? Containment. We're trying to keep it from spreading. All right? So for us, this is a big deal. We don't want communism to spread, especially in China. Why not in China? What makes China worse than like dealing with the problem in Berlin? What do you know about China that's true even today? What is it? Technically, that's true, but that's not what we're looking for here. What is it, Toby? They have a huge population. Even today, they're close to 1 billion people. They got like 1/7 of the world's population in one country. All right. So they're like, hey, this is a significant number of people. We don't want this government to turn into a communist government. And a civil war is going to develop between the two. Now, spoiler alert, this is not going to go well for our team. Okay? For many different reasons, Mao Zedong and the communists are going to win. Okay? Now, here's what's really bizarre about this scenario. Mao Zedong, one of the reasons that he wins is that he basically gets all the poor peasants on his side. The poor peasants support him because he promises them land. And these poor peasants are like, what do we have to lose? Actually, things could get better if Mao Zedong was in charge. He gets poor peasants on his side. And when he and the communists, they defeat Chiang Kai-shek and his nationalist army, here's the bananas part about this. China is on the mainland in Asia, but Chiang Kai-shek and his army, they flee to an island off the coast of China. Anybody know what the island is? They flee to Taiwan. The name of the island is Taiwan. And they call themselves, they're like, yeah, we're on this tiny island, but we're the real China. That big old China over there is the fake one. How well do you think that works out, by the way? Not well. America tells the communist China, the actual, like the big China, that, hey, don't invade Taiwan, right? Or we won't recognize your government as real, right? Even today, Taiwan is still separate from mainland China, okay? Now, I want to show you a quick little video about the Chinese Civil War, which will tell you a little bit more why Mao Zedong and the communists win.